Hey Blossoms, my name is Leah. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you are subscribed. Turn those post notifications on so you know when I upload a new video and hit that like button. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the real way to get rich on Adopt Me. I am going to be 100% real with you guys and show you exactly how I have such a good inventory on Adopt Me. I am also not bragging in any shape, way, or form. I am doing this video because it was requested and a lot of you guys need help growing your inventory. And so if you want your inventory to look like this, make sure you keep watching till the end and make sure you are subscribed because that would help me a lot. I am also going to be announcing the giveaway winner for 70,000 little blossoms on my channel, hosted over on my Discord server. So if you're not already, make sure you do join. I always leave a link in the descriptions of all my videos. Also, a big thank you for everyone who joined my Roblox group. We reached 10,000 members. Make sure you do follow my profile on Roblox because sometimes I do leave my joins on, but you would have to follow my profile in order to join my games. But without further ado, let's get started with this video. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is probably the most important out of all of these tips and tricks is that if you really want to get rich on Adopt Me, you have to spend hours on it. You have to actually put your time and effort in it because I be seeing some people that only play for like 10 minutes a day and then they get disappointed and say that they don't have a good inventory and they don't have good pets. I also would take advantage when Adopt Me has the ×2 weekend. If you don't know what that is, because Adopt Me hasn't dropped one of these in a while, but basically it's when your pets level up 2 times faster and you also get double the money. And I also take advantage when those drop because I be spending so many hours on it, like I barely even sleep, which is not healthy, guys. I'm not saying that you should do this. Of course, your health always comes first. I'm just saying what I actually did. But yeah, your inventory is not gonna grow overnight. Mine took months on top of years to do this, so that's also a heads up. It takes a lot of patience and sometimes it is frustrating. However, don't give up because that is obviously not gonna help you. Another important tip that I wanted to tell you guys is to not overpay for items, especially if they just came out, because the values do drop. So always keep that in mind. Try to make a fair trade and not overpay for these items. I know this video is all over the place, but I did want to mention to know your values on Adopt Me, because if you don't, then you could actually start getting poor on Adopt Me for not knowing your values and overpaying for these items. If you want to actually grow your inventory, you need to be smart with what you trade. Make sure you try to keep those limited items in your inventory, like such as pets and stuff, because those values are going to increase over time and the pets that are always going to stay in game are going to eventually decrease. I hope that makes sense because that is also a very important tip, but I just wanted to let you guys know. With that being said, let's get started with the actual tips. The first one is making a grinding house. Now this is important because this is where you're going to be making all your pets full grown and eventually you can make them neon. People love neon pets and they'll actually overpay for them because they know that it does take a while to make. When building your grinding house, make sure you do include all the essentials that your pets would need, such as beds, food, water, bathtub, and the piano. Make sure you also get some golden apples from the hospital so you could keep it in your inventory. So yeah, this is just an example of what my grinding house looks like, but you could pick any house, even a smaller house. I just like the style of this one, so that's why I picked it. My next tip for you guys is to actually be a baby, especially if you're playing by yourself, because let's say you are taking care of your pet and you're a baby, you get double the amount of money versus if you were by yourself, you only get the money from the pet. And what I say and mean by this is, let's say for example your pet needs to go to sleep, you'll get the $7 from your pet and you'll get the $7 for yourself, which in total that would be $14 versus only $7 if it was just your pet. This also works, for example, if your friend is taking care of you and you're a baby, you could take your pet out and it will help you and your friend earn money at the same time. This tip right here, which is have fun with friends and help each other out, is actually very important for me because if I'm in a server by myself, I eventually leave because I tend to get bored. So if you're in a server with your friends, you get to talk to them and have fun. If you trust them enough, you guys could actually take turns making neon pets. For example, if I'm trying to make a neon dog, I'll give my friends a dog so they can help me raise up. Then when it's done, I'll have one of my friends give me one of her pets that she's trying to raise up so she can make a neon, and vice versa. So we'll just take turns making neon pets, and that way it gets done faster. However, this does not mean that you could trust anybody, you know, like there's some scammers out there, so make sure you do pick wisely and make sure you only give those pets to people you actually trust. So this next tip is to babysit, and I already kind of talked about that, but I did want to show you examples of my money going up faster with taking care of these babies. So I recommend you to take out a stroller, and for this little skit, I did go into the nursery because I already knew that my friends were there, and I go ahead and adopt them all. I think it's just fun, and also you could do like role plays or things like that as a family, and this also motivates you to keep playing the game. For this next tip, you should sell food for cheap. So if you don't have one, you should probably try to trade for one, like a lemonade stand or an ice cream truck or a hot dog stand. And I'm gonna be showing you clips of me trying to sell these foods, and you're gonna be seeing someone else selling it for higher, even though it looks pleasing to you because you want to get money faster. But you got to keep in mind, it's better to sell something cheaper than try to sell it expensive, because people are gonna want to buy it from you more instead of theirs. Also, make sure you put these stands in places where people actually go to. So let's say, for example, if you put one in the hat shop, people are not really gonna go there. So if you actually put one, let's say for example, in front of the nursery, a lot of people always hang out there. They're gonna have a chance to see your stand, which would increase your sales on the item. Another tip that I didn't mention is that you could sell your extra pets, but the problem with that is that you could get scammed or they could scam you. So that's why I don't really want to say it, but you know, if it works out for you, maybe you could sell it to a close friend and things like that to be safe, then you could go ahead and do that as well. You could use your hot dog stand, your lemonade stand, or your ice cream truck for them to pay you, because I know that the machines right now are not really working on Adopt Me. And I also wanted to say that if you do sell your item for cheap, then you'll have happy customers and they're more likely to come again and buy more items from you. This next tip right here is to trade fly and ride potions, and the reason why I did include this in my video is because you actually do get good pets out of trading these potions, because these potions actually cost Robux and it is kind of expensive. So if you do trade these potions, make sure you try to trade it for like legendary pets, or you try to trade it for like some good neons and things like that. And yeah, so that will also help your inventory grow. Sometimes it does take a while to find these type of good trades, but don't give up, because I know there's several out there. It just takes a while sometimes to find them. my last tip for you guys is to actually hatch eggs. And I'm talking about you can hatch any types of eggs, because if you get extra pets, you could just turn them into neons or trade the extra pets that you have. So it doesn't really matter what type of egg you hatch, but keep in mind the more expensive the egg is, the higher chance you have of getting a legendary. And also try to hatch the ones in the gumball machine, because those are limited pets and they're gonna go away eventually. So if you can do those, that would be a better option. Also, make sure you keep some Aussie eggs in your inventory, because in the future they will become more rare. For example, the safari egg that came out a long time ago is now worth a neon unicorn or more, so the Aussie egg will obviously become valuable in the future. So make sure you do stock up on those. You can also trade your eggs and see what people offer for them. Last but not least, make sure you always have bugs saved up, because when an update drops or things like that, you want to try to be the first people to have the item so you could trade it for overpay offers. But without further ado, if you made it this far in the video, I love you so much. Thank you for watching this whole thing. Don't forget to subscribe. But without further ado, I love you guys. Stay safe, and I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope to see you in the next one.
Yes, of course.